Here we go, Guild Wars. Just gonna get cracking with 20A and B. Let's bring up the chat room. Okay, here we go. Guild Wars starting with 20A and B. Gotta kill a walker, it's gonna leave that for somebody else. Let's go for the kill walkers and exit. We're using the classic Sasha Yumiko Mercer team. This is what we're bringing. And of course, Mercer has got that Champion Assault Code Orange, which I'm just becoming an increasingly huge fan of. We just jumped through a couple of missions. There was something about some problems with yesterday's Guild War. Hopefully that's all completely sorted now. Let's see what they got for us. Okay, straight off the bat, a metalhead. That lovely, lovely wide arc on the old Code Orange assault rifle, just fantastic. You can hit so much. Okay, we need really to do a stun attack. That's absolutely fine. Since we've got Sasha as our leader, getting charge points, absolutely not a problem. Now there is an argument to be made that perhaps Daryl is a particularly good leader now. I am intrigued to find out, so I'm going to do it. Hey Wishmaster, I'm going to do it. I'm going to we'll do some missions with Daryl as a leader and we'll see how that works out for us. Might work out well. Might be a complete disaster. Who knows? We'll find out. After this, we'll jump onto one of the sort of lower missions for 20. So still some of the toughest missions you can do. We'll see how Daryl fares, and then we'll know. He's recently had that big change. It's certainly something that he needed. Right, you're going to have to be crippled, or you reach Sasha. A few more hits, let's get Mercer charged. Kill 7 walkers, well that's pretty much a given anyway. Let's get Sasha close to the door, she's going to be the one who's actually opening that thing. No rush, obviously we've still got to kill everything that we can kill before we get out. Sasha, get to work. Mercer, do your thing. Still got to kill one. That wide arc on the Code Orange, the fact that you're just crippling just everything. I mean, it can clear this entire room. It's nuts. Really makes those walkers' job a lot harder. And there you go. First mission down. Good stuff. Now let's go here. Call me crazy, I'm finding it hard to believe that I'm doing this. Daryl Dixon is going to be the boss man. Let's just check. Is this a 5-hour stream today? Maybe not 5 hours, but I'll do all of Guild Wars in one go. That's usually about 45 minutes to an hour. So, we should have silent attacks, a lot more critical hits. Every silent shot has a 60% chance to get critical attack. I mean, I haven't re-rolled his traits to be ideal either, because frankly he was just not much use, was he? I'm intrigued. Now if this goes south, if we get wiped out, hey, sometimes you've got to just try things. see how they work out. So, still excited to see. Okay, silent shot, there you go. We got one of them that are charge points that we were talking about. You're going to have some good defensive shooting here, or else Daryl's going to get chewed upon. So I'm noticing right away we're definitively getting fewer charge attacks than with Sasha. That's just a thing. Another thing that I might say is that Silent Shot is kicking in quite often, but we've got an all-ranged team here. If you want to make the most out of Daryl's ability, you're probably going to have an all-ranged team, because of course part of it is that you can get those silent shots. But if everyone's shooting a lot of rounds down range, then you're just going to be making noise anyway. There's talk on Discord that his trait is not working as intended. It's, even after just a couple of turns here, I've got to say it's somewhat overwhelming. He's a million times better than he was, but he was completely useless initially. So, you know, what are we talking about? What are we getting here? No, didn't finish off that metalhead. And you can see, yeah, you can just see that we're just not getting those charge points that we need. And it's making this tricky. Right, we can cripple all of you. That's something that we kind of need to do. We can maybe get some of you on fire. I don't think it's worth using our critical attack. Yeah, we're not... Yeah, I think we can use this. Let's get some kills. Some of them are hiding behind that hay bale there. Yeah, so the jury can still be out, really, if we're saying, hey, look, his trait's got some glitches, it's not working as intended. You know, I can completely understand that. I mean, maybe that is absolutely the case, but... yeah, the more charge attacks you use, the more chance you get to use charge point for everybody. Yeah, I mean, you need to be chucking those charge points out so that you can get charge points, and you know. But if that's just not happening, then yeah, we're slightly unimpressed here. I mean, when you're talking about great leaders, you're talking about Outlaw Negan, you're talking about Connie, even Mercer, Sasha, of course. Is Daryl a much better team member? He's better than he was, but if you're taking the Hunter, why are you not taking Sasha or Guardian Carol? Or even Shane? I think Shane's got a more valid... I think he's got a better leadership trait, really, than Daryl. So, we've given Daryl a go. I've upgraded his heirloom a couple of times as well. But that brings up another point. Upgrading his heirloom actually costs points for Guardian Carol. So you have to use her points as well. And she is an amazing character, of course. So you are siphoning off character tokens for somebody who's very, very useful in order to try and improve somebody, and they're still not that great. So unfortunately, Daryl, I think, is staying on the bench. Now this is pretty handy because I'm still doing my next hero video for Walking Dead. I wanted to get a bit of a feel for Daryl as he is now. I'm completely understanding that people are saying that perhaps he's, you know, he's not working as intended. I get that, but I mean, even if he was, I still don't know. I mean, would it really make that much difference? I mean, just look at how many charge points we're getting when we have Sasha as the leader. It's... So I wanted to get rid of that Commonwealth. And of course, those cookies will still be active for a little while. Sasha could be in trouble here. Okay, good job, she survived. Okay, got another Commonwealth. Because the cookies are upgraded, they should still be effective. Turns out they are. Yeah, his trait looked way better on paper. It's... The thing is, it's also somewhat complicated. It's... Well, if you get a silent attack, then you get an increased... You have a percentage chance to get a silent attack, and if you get that, if that percentage chance kicks in, then you have a percentage chance of getting charge points, and you just like, this is... There's a lot of sort of caveats kind of being added to what would otherwise be perhaps a decent skill. You know, there's lots and lots of sort of facets to his leadership trait. But none of them sort of really kind of come together or work very well. And it was, I mean, something that I just hadn't thought was just like, oh, you got this amazing, well, you got this moderate chance to get some silent shots. And you're like, oh, okay, great, so have him as the leader. And then everyone's pumping out silent shots and we're not building up the threat counter. But of course, everyone's firing so many shots and it's not 100% that the shot is going to be silent. So... you know, it kind of negates it, so... I love the concept of the heirlooms. I think they're a really fun, characterful way, maybe to boost up some characters who need it, but some thought needs to go into it. And I think that the leadership traits, they need to stop being a dissertation of, well, here's these two aspects of it, and if this one aspect kicks in, then you might get this other boost, and there's percentage chance if the first one kicks in, then... I think that making the traits a little bit simpler is probably a little bit better. I mean, for a new player, I can imagine them being baffled. They're like, I don't understand what all of this means. I mean, something like Yumiko's, you've got a lot of different facets to that skill, but the way that it works is actually pretty simple to explain. You understand why it's working or not working. I think that's kind of a good thing as well. So yeah, I mean, the more I think about it, the more that you kind of bear in mind that there's about 50 different conditions on Daryl's leadership trait, the more inclined I am to just sort of go like, I'm not taking it, I'm leaving it at home. We still have some fantastic characters though, so even though Daryl maybe not quite there still, I think Magna is going to be absolutely amazing. Really not far off of unlocking her, so really looking forward to using her. Connie, Outlaw Negan, Quinn is actually pretty good. We used him recently. Sasha's still the GOAT. We do have a lot of really great characters. Huntsman Daryl is usable, so if somebody was just a massive Daryl Dixon fan, they do have a character that they can use. It's Huntsman Daryl. Now I'm going to leave these kill all walkers and survive battles, maybe for the less confident players. But that's 20B done. Let's move on to 20A. 20A. We were talking about Connie. That's my farming team, by the way. Do I use... Oh, come on. It's been a long time since we've used Michonne. She's not using the chainsaw. No, she's not. She's going to use the Skegox, and I don't know why, but this seems to work for her. She looks like such a badass in that outfit. I think she works very well when she's getting loads and loads of charge points. I wouldn't say that she's necessarily an S tier or meta, whatever the term is. I wouldn't say that she's absolutely one of the best of the best. But I like using her. I think she's fun. I think it's a lot of fun to use her with the Skegox. And here's the funny thing with this game. It's a game. And having fun is kind of important. So I think I might have made a slight mistake here with my positioning. Let's just see. Hopefully Michonne's not going to come a cropper. No, she's great at defending herself, so... Let's get some charge points from Michonne. Get the kill. Make sure that we're cuddled up together. And I think it's sometimes fun to just switch back to using a melee team every now and again. Going to use the cookies on that big, scary flipping goon up there. Let's get a cheeky attack there. Move everyone out of the way. Connie should still get a defensive charge. No, a defensive attack, sorry. No, she didn't. It's fine, it's fine. Michonne, how about you finish that tank off? Good. Tyrese, can you reach these guys? You can. Started playing recently. Your videos have been really helpful. I am so happy. I mean, of all the things that you can hear, that is actually the best, and I always love hearing that. I mean, especially if people have said like, hey, I gave this a go and wasn't too sure, and it's like, but you, yeah, I'm sort of repeating myself. Yeah, anyone who says that, it is absolutely wonderful to hear. I'm just so glad as well. It's such a good game. Yeah, and that's really, really rewarding to know that. So I'm very, very happy. You're gonna love this game. I've been playing it for years, literally 6 or 7 years maybe, and I still play it every single day. I know it might seem a little bit complicated at first, so if you do have any questions about anything, please do ask. You're here right now. Is there anything that you wanted to know about the game? Any little features or anything that perhaps you're unsure of, or anything like that? To be fair, it does do a good job of kind of introducing you to everything at a good rate anyway, but I know that there's quite a lot of stuff in there that might seem sort of kind of baffling at first. Okay. There we go. I think that we can clear stuff quicker with a ranged team like Sasha, Yumiko, Mercer, but this feels more elegant somehow. I do like using a melee team every now and again. We could swap out Michonne for, you know, for a couple of characters really. Fighter Rosita. Maybe we max out the damage and we go for Outlaw Negan. How about we give that a whirl next? Rick could be a good choice as well. We're gonna go Outlaw Negan first, and then we're gonna swap in Rick. Oh, it's good luck, Negan. What do we want to give you? give you the Sawtooth Blade. Fantastic weapon. Reduces threat, deals additional damage, it's got charging, it's a good weapon. I think Dog as a support kind of suits Negan as well. Still love that Commonwealth rifle. When I saw that in the show, I was like, really wanted to sort of see that in the game. I'm so glad that they added it. Really thought it was going to be a hunter weapon, but there you go. Just saving radios for those 40 radio calls. Chapter's getting a little bit harder, so I'm waiting for my tomato farms for a bit to upgrade. Training camp and all, yes. So what I would say with when you're upgrading farms and tents, very first upgrades it doesn't matter, but as soon as you've upgraded them a bit, you want to upgrade them immediately. So that means saving up gold to finish the upgrade instantly, or waiting for those 5-second upgrade events, which is frankly even better. And the reason why is because when you're upgrading tents or farms, you're not making any of the resource as they are upgrading. So it can take months basically to recoup the lost income as it upgrades. Yes, you get more once it's finished, but you'll have lost months worth ultimately of resources while they were upgrading and not generating anything. So that's pretty handy. Oh, what else was the radios? You just simply, I mean, really just earning them through normal play and then just saving them. Those 40 radio calls, you're dead right in thinking that those are the ones to go for. Those unique calls. Sometimes you get ones that cost 55 radios, but the principle of getting additional tokens, you know, special amounts of tokens for select heroes, getting re-rolls, those are definitely the calls that you wait for. Look out for radioactive events. That's where you get more radios. You just get more just from the crates, from the mission rewards, things like that. You can buy some from the trade goods shop every now and again. 5 radios are available for 3,000 trade goods. That's a pretty good... Oof, didn't need to do that. That's a pretty good deal, so that's good. Weekly challenge, of course, you get lots from. You said that you've only just started. You might not be in a guild yet, but as soon as you are, you get loads more trade goods. Get a lot of radios from ads. Yeah, I've noticed that they bumped up the ads. You can now watch 3 at a time. So yeah, use Glenn as lead, Maggie, and any 3 characters you use for distance. You can farm tons of tomatoes and XP in the distance. Yeah, that's absolutely true as well. The survival pass would perhaps be an option as well. So I always say to people, you don't have to spend real world money in this game. I always stand by that. If you wanted something that's very good value, the Platinum Survival Pass, absolutely worth it. You unlock Governor and Rosita. Oh, a quick word on unlocking. So, when you unlock a character, they are unlocked at the level of your highest survivor. So let's say that your highest survivor is level 15. Any heroes that you unlock will be level 15. Now let's say that you waited until your highest level survivor was level 20. Any new heroes that you unlock will be level 20. So what you might want to do, and I recommend this, unlock the characters that you're going to want to use right off the bat. So the best characters, Connie, Tyrese, Sasha, Yumiko, Mercer, those guys. I recommend unlocking those. Those ones who you aren't going to need so urgently, I would hold off unlocking them. When you do unlock them, wait until you're at a higher level, and then you don't have to spend XP and time upgrading them as you go through those levels. So Riot Gear Glenn, I mean, who'd you get? You got Governor, Rosita, Armored Glenn. Yeah, I mean, they're good characters. I mean, I probably would have done those anyway. Governor, sure, not a great character, but he can be good for farming purposes. So, absolutely. Those sort of lesser characters, maybe the Carols and the Gabriels, the Jerrys, Daryl, you know, those kinds of characters. You're probably not going to use them that much anyway, but you're not going to miss not having them as you level up. And the characters that you do love, you know, Tyrese, Sasha, etc. Well, you'd kind of just want them available anyway. So that would be my suggestion. Anyone who you're not going to quite urgently use, don't unlock them until you've got to a much higher level. You're not really going to miss them anyway if they weren't that good. And then when you do need them, maybe just as just to make up the numbers on a team or something, you won't have had to spend so much time and XP upgrading them. Okay, that's great that he is trapped in there completely. We can give him a little jab because Bayonet Musket can attack at range. You are in front of the door, sir. Kind of like this team. Rick, of course, gets extra damage for his charge attacks. That's being boosted by Connie's Better Together trait. And of course, when Survivalist Rick uses a charge attack, he bounces a charge point to his other team members. I'm not sure what to do with 750 gold. Well, you could use it to quickly complete the upgrading of a tent or farm. Or, and I might recommend this, activate the distance booster. So when you do the distance, activate that, it doubles the rewards that you get from the distance. Distance gives you a lot of really good stuff anyway. XP, character tokens. Having that doubled is great, but also you'll get double the seasonal event tokens that are available. If you can do each daily mission, it gives you seasonal event tokens. Get at least 610 stars in the weekly challenge. And do the distance with the distance booster activated each time. You'll actually wind up with more tokens than you need to get absolutely everything that's available from the seasonal event. So that's a very good use of any spare gold. Something you can use gold for, of course, is healing people. This is, I mean, that is something that I just don't like doing. Sure, if it's Guild Wars and everyone's kind of like in and they need you to do something and it's time urgent, then yeah, absolutely fine. But as a principle, I never like spending gold on repairing people. It's expensive. You're better off just having a few reserves, you know, a reserve bench that you can use. Oh, did I? Thought everyone was going to be slowed down. Okay, fine. Tyrese is in a bit of a spot of bother. That's a shame. Do you like the guy? Perhaps risking putting Tyrese front and center again, but yeah, I pretty much figured we'd be able to kill everything that we needed to kill. We have a glowing box up there. Let's get that done. Let's get this tank out of the way. What's next to him? Oh, a barrel. Okay, I mean, he's so dead. Well, we found what we're after. All we've got to do is get to the exit. And these guys are probably going to try and make that difficult for us. Ordinarily, I recommend just getting out of there, but I think those guys could be a problem for us, so let's just deal with them. Don't need a charge attack, I don't think. No. It's just, we don't want to get cocky. Somebody is already badly injured. Sometimes you want to gun it. Sometimes you want to just rush through. Other times you got to just maybe take a little bit of a step back, make sure that everything's safe, and then you go and do the thing. How many attacks have we got left? 10. Brilliant. My teammates are joining in, clearing these missions. Let's get rid of this. I'm going to switch back to the old Sasha Yumiko Mercer. Everybody got the weapons that we want them to have? That Code Orange assault rifle, it just suits Mercer with his big orange spacesuit. To be fair, the Commonwealth costumes, they didn't look too goofy on screen. I mean, they looked a little bit sort of stormtrooper-y. Kind of hated them at first, got used to them, I guess. They weren't too bad. I mean, it's a show about zombies. I mean, how realistic does everything have to look and be? You can have a little bit of leeway in there. Okay, let's blow up that explosive walker. That's going to cause a lot of hurt to a lot of zombies. That's right, I said zombies. I've been playing Call of Duty Modern Warfare 3, their open world zombie mode, which is called Operation Deadbolt, and I keep calling the zombies in that walkers, and I have to keep correcting myself, and then I get back to playing The Walking Dead and I keep calling the walkers zombies. This is one of the funny things. After you've been playing with Carol, you've got to remember that your characters don't have to all be crunched up at the end of the turn. It's funny, it's one of those things that feels like it should be a drawback to Connie's skill. I mean, technically it is. You gotta think about your positioning a little bit more, but it's never really felt like a problem. It's never felt like a drawback. Good, I'm glad that we got him crippled. Let's get you out of it. Okay, and then this is an instance where we really do just sprint for the exit. Don't look back, guys. Keep on cracking on. What I will do is I'll leave some attacks in reserve, and that's just in case anybody needs a hand with anything. Wonderful. Let's just take a quick big look at the map. Okay. Okay. Yeah, let's clear these. Let's clear these. Just mixing and matching again. Now, without Tyrese, this is a little bit dicey. I'm going to try something, and maybe this is just crazy. Could be. Do we want to go all scout? I need something that I can hit with and hit and run, basically. Yeah, that's got tactical on it. Okay, this is nuts. This is a pretty crazy Ezekiel. Yeah, I mean, I could have chucked Ezekiel in. I just when it got to the team selection, I was just like, let's go all scouts. Let's see what happens. This might be a crazy idea. This might be a dreadful idea. I'm willing to risk it, just for funsies. Okay, first things first. Let's get charged. We should be able to. He's not slowed or anything, but we should be able to get some defensive attacks. Oh my god. Alright. Okay. Again, just sort of mucking about here. Now what we might be able to do... maybe we should risk this. So it can cause a lot of damage on that chap there. Okay, good. Now I can't put Rick there. I might have to... I mean, Negan is potentially in trouble. Connie is potentially in trouble. Oh my gosh, this all-scout run-through is just going south quickly. But... I don't know, hey, I wanted to do it. What can I say? Rickety Rick, do you want to get charged up? You don't. I'm really done with you being charged. Okay, let's put Negan here. Okay, this could be it. Yeah. Oh. Ah. Such a bad idea. Such a bad idea. But again, going back to earlier, it's a game. You gotta have some fun. Trying out a team that you just have absolutely no faith in, I guess, counts. Right, we're completely out of range, right? Now, if everyone's charged, it's a very good thing. Okay, good. Negan, sir. Good, you do that. We've got some speedies there. 1, 2, 3. Now, if I go one space down, those speedies can reach us. So, staying here means that we're not fully cuddled up. It means that we might not be getting all of the charge points that we can. But it does mean that we don't get eaten by speedy walkers. I consider that a win. I think we've got a Commonwealth walker hanging around. Obviously, bit of a drama that. Although I suppose we don't... The advantage of the Commonwealth walkers is that they are resilient to status effects. We haven't really got much that we can status effect. Sure, Connie can stun stuff, but I'm hoping that with the power of a scout's attack, we can just outright kill what we're going for. Right, we've got two things here. Negan is in range of this chap. Connie was in range of a walker as well. Dog, of course. A walker gets bit by dog, it lets go of whatever it's attacking. This is a problem. Let's go here. It might be that that speedy doesn't notice us. Could be. Now, where can I put old Negan where he's not in danger? I can put him there. I'll have to put him there. That means that we're not cuddling up. We're not getting the charge attacks. We're not getting the extra damage for him. But he's alive, and that's a pretty good thing. Brutal charge attacks there from Rick, of course. They are being boosted by Connie's leadership traits, and of course his own natural leadership traits, so he is potentially in range of this guy. Guess that guy's not hungry. don't have Swift Strike on that weapon. And that's a mistake. I forgot his weapon didn't have Swift Strike. Oops. Oh well, we gave it a try. Let's get back to the real world, shall we? The suggestion was Ezekiel. I think that's a very good suggestion. Come on then, rematch. And I know I technically wasted an attack there, which I shouldn't really do if we're in Guild Wars. We need all of the points, all of the attacks that we can get. But I don't know. We're streaming, we're doing a video. I thought it just... why not? I thought it might be fun to try it. I think Outlaw Negan is a much more effective leader. Yeah, now you know who's messing up the points. Well, I'm the boss of the guild, so I'm allowed to. Nobody else can. Yeah. No, I mean, every now and again, it is worth remembering, hey, it's just a game. Now, I don't... If somebody joins the guild, never talks, absolutely tanks the Guild Wars score, you know, and they're not communicating or anything, then that is grounds for instantly being booted. I will absolutely do that. If somebody just maybe makes a mistake or tries something, or, you know, if they're trying... and if they're just like, oh, hey, look, you know, this didn't work out, then you're just like, okay, that's fine. You're still a good guild member. You're having fun. You know, nobody died or anything. God. You know, and that's absolutely okay. It is a game, so even when something happens and it's just like, oh man, that's... you know, that's bad or whatever, you've got to remember it's a game. If somebody is just ruining the fun for other people, I think that's the way that I would put it. If somebody is ruining the fun for people, like they're joining in Guild Wars, they just do stage 1, they don't communicate, they don't listen to anybody, and they just tank the score, especially if we could have won, then it's just like, look, that's... you know, that's not what the guild is really about. And I certainly have had that before. It's not just people sort of like maybe going like, oh hey, I wanted to join in, I thought I could contribute, didn't realise it was going to be this tough. How can I join in? But you know, that's fine. I'm really glad though that our guild has had a big influx of members who just, they're there to have fun. Everybody's talking. I think we're doing all right as far as Guild Wars goes. Any hiccups that we had, it's just like, well, sure, we got some people trying something that they haven't tried before, but they're giving it their all, and it's actually kind of fun to see. That's absolutely fine. Let's get some farming done. Let's kill some walkers. May as well. Alright. This is a much better little team. Ezekiel was a good recommendation. Ezekiel's a good character. You would have thought that the armor trait primed would have obsoleted him. But it kind of hasn't. It's, you know, what he does is just, it makes playing easy. He's very user-friendly. The fact that you essentially have a very effective form of Overwatch every single time, regardless of the situation, just really convenient. So we could blow up that. Now what I'm interested to see here, will this Commonwealth wander close to that barrel? Ah, you get it. No, he didn't. You can't even play in the guild that you joined? You sure do love the rewards. How come you can't play in the guild that you've joined? Is it because you're quite early in and you don't have Guild Wars activated, or low level or something? Yeah, fair enough. It might be one of those things, you know, things unlock as you go through the levels. Yeah, that's. I think that the distance unlocks at a certain level as well. Weekly challenge, I think you're able to do right off the bat. I think that's correct. Yeah, maybe Guild Wars. I mean, it's. I was able to do it as soon as it was introduced, but then I'd already been playing it for a while. Probably of a sufficient guild level to have it unlocked. Yeah, weekly challenges are really good. We've got a tough one this week. The Rise Against Negan. There's some pretty lengthy missions in there that are. I mean, they're tough as well. So. Challenging one, I would say, this week. But it's a fun challenge. It doesn't feel too grindy. It never does. In fact, I like the fact that you get 6 different missions. There's some variety in there. And you do, I mean, you get such good rewards. You want to get at least 610 points so that you're getting the maximum number of seasonal event tokens. I mean, as you get to the very high levels, you really do get some rewards, but that's a little further down the line. Let's get out of here. Now, we've got 4 participants in this guild war. We could start working on 19. After all, with 4 of us, we should be able to unlock that. But I might just hold on and we'll see how our teammates do. Obviously, what we want to do is we want to do 20A, 20B, unlock 20C, and then get the completion bonus for that. That's the most efficient way of getting the maximum amount of tokens, Guild War points in Guild Wars. We'll see how it goes. We'll play it by ear. I'm keeping hold of these 6 attacks just in case people need a hand with anything. So we're going to call it a stream there. It was wonderful talking to you. Anybody got any questions, just ask away on the YouTube channel, or I'll tell you what, I'll put details. I've set up a specific Discord as well. I've got one for Walking Dead and for general gaming as well. But yeah, anyone's got any questions or thoughts on Walking Dead, feel free. In the meantime, though, thank you very much for watching. Hopefully catch you on the next one.